welcome to the Ariel Show. I'm Ariel. I'm thrilled that you're here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few ways to add mindfulness into your life. Now, if you're not really familiar with the term mindfulness, let me just kind of explain the way that I view it. Mindfulness means intentionality. It means on purpose. I still remember where I was when it occurred to me for like the first time in my life in a really concrete thought form, when it occurred to me that you can live your life on purpose and with intentionality, or you can just let things happen to you. And the majority of people just let things happen to them. They just live their life on autopilot. They live small, average lives because that's easy. That's like just chill. If you just let your life run on autopilot, it will take a certain path. And that path is kind of going to suck, and you're probably going to be a little bit miserable, a little bit unsure of yourself your whole life, or you can choose to be like, screw it, I'm not going to live like that. I'm going to take charge of my life. So that's the kind of person that I strive to be. I think if you follow me, you know that that's really important to me. I want to be in control of where I'm going, not in a way that I want to be controlling circumstances or manipulating life to serve me in any way. I just don't want I don't want the day to control me. I want to be in charge of what I'm doing. I want to be in charge of my thoughts. I want to be in charge of my feelings. I don't want to be just a victim of life. I want to make things happen rather than letting things happen to me. Okay, so I've got some practicalities for you, and let me just restate that most people choose to live small and average lives. In fact, they don't even choose. That's just the natural thing. Most people don't realize there's a choice. And that's like where you get those people that complain about their lives all the time and act like victims. So anyway, mindfulness. Here's some ideas that I've got for you. The first one, most mornings when I wake up, when I remember, I try to intentionally, on purpose, think good things about the day, about myself, about my life. And so natural autopilot thoughts would sound like, you really screwed that up yesterday. Oh my gosh, that person probably thought you were really stupid. You didn't do that yesterday, now you have to do it today. Oh my gosh, today's gonna suck, crap, the weather's gonna suck. And like before me now, even out of bed, it could be very tempting to buy into all those really negative thoughts. And that's how my day is gonna start out, on a really average or negative tone. So instead, and it's hard when you're like half asleep, half awake, like it's hard to remember, but instead I choose to, one thing I learned is just smile, like physically make the corners of your mouth go up and smile, because that changes the chemistry in your body and in your brain. So it's just a good reminder of the kind of person that you want to be. And I intentionally like to think things like, today is going to be an awesome day. It's just like talking. You make yourself do it, but it's in your head. You don't say it out loud. I'm an amazing person. I have everything I need to rock today. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so I like to intentionally think things like that. Another thing I really like to do is gratitude. Gratitude's another buzzword. If you're like reading, psychology or self-help blogs, they're all about gratitude. It's super trendy, but there's a reason for that. It's because it's freaking awesome. You need more of it in your life. So whenever I have a tendency to be thinking complaining thoughts, like self-pity, like I don't know if you know this, but I do. I think thoughts of self-pity sometimes, where I get into this mindset of like, for real, like poor me. Oh my gosh, people think I have this great life, but they don't know all the work I have to do. Like, it's so easy to get into that victim mode myself. And then I have to stop and be like, no, Ariel, this is not acceptable. This is not okay. I'm just gonna pause right here. And the way that you fight the feelings of victimhood, the way that you fight your brain complaining, yourself talking to yourself about how crappy your life is and how you don't have a fair childhood, blah, 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 get over it. The way you do that is by thinking about everything that is right in your life. So, oh my gosh, a million things that are right. There's the easy ones, maybe you're healthy, maybe you have a family, maybe you have a roof over your head, maybe there's food in your fridge, maybe you go to school, like maybe there's all these different things in your life that are working, but we just completely take them for granted. So there's those, but I've already done the gratitude thing for a couple years, so I kind of, this sounds awful, I get bored being thankful for those things, so I like to be thankful for fun stuff instead, kind of like little things, kind of like quirky things, like, I'm so thankful that I get to wear those really cute shoes tonight because I haven't worn them in a while. Or I'm so thankful that I'm going to get to see, this person a week from now. I'm going to spend all week looking forward to hanging out with this person because I know that we're going to have such an awesome interaction together. All right, so other ways that I add mindfulness. Okay, social situations. I have been doing this thing lately where I picture myself in the social situation before I get there. A lot of times because I want to remind myself to treat other people well and not get stuck inside my own head. I used to work retail, or grocery store, stuff like that, and I remember being behind the checkout counter thinking, these people, like, they don't even see me. They're just walking by. They're completely stuck inside their own heads, and it's like, I don't want to be that person, to the person who's still working at the checkout counter. So if I can, if I have it in me, I will always try to remember. It's always a thing of remembering. Remember to smile, remember to acknowledge them, remember to kind of give them some love and some credit, because they have a pretty hard job. Like, that's not a fun thing to do. So, you know, whenever we're on tour, like, let's say we're at Burger King getting lunch, it could be really easy for me to be like, oh my God, I'm so sick of Burger King. Why do I have to keep eating this? Instead, I can be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I'm not working behind the counter. I'm gonna give that poor chick behind the counter some love today. So I'm predetermining before I even get in those social circumstances the way that I want to behave. And the way that is I want to be a light. I want to be helpful. I want to leave more light in that place than there was before I got in there. Okay, there you go. Those are just some really easy tips. I actually wrote a blog post called My Daily Practices that came out just a few days ago. So you can check that out if you're the kind of person that likes to read things, process things a little bit differently than just me, kind of talking out my ideas at you. You can check that out, and I've got some other cool ideas of things to do, especially in the morning. So there you go. I'm honored to have a fan base, or not fan base, I shouldn't even call it that, a group of you guys, friends that are so intentional with your lives. You inspire me. A lot of times I'll be on, social networks, and you guys know how to like bring it like in a way that I'm just like, dang, I have some smart people out there that I'm so lucky to get to interact with. So thank you for being a part of this. I love you, and next week I will be on tour, so I will have you set up in some dark alley somewhere. We'll see. I love you so much. Bye.